batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Here, ready to move out.
It was the world's strangest accident while testing a new rocket ship. Our heroes were bombarded by mysterious cosmic rays from outer space. Though they crash-landed safely, the strange and powerful rays had changed each one of them, transforming their leader,
Christopher Mosier,
into the plastic-skinned Mr. Fantastic. And
Fanboy Will
into a mighty muscled powerhouse called The Thing. Now together with Herbie the Robot, the newest member of the group, they have become the greatest team of superheroes the world has ever known.
Oh, what was that? Hi?
Hello?
Yes,
Dave?
I'm David.
Oh, Dave. Hey, it's Chris Mosier and Fanboy Will. Sorry we took so long. We didn't know what the hell we were doing calling you.
Yes, I didn't know why, but now I'm here. First, sorry for my English. It's not very, very good, so you have just speak slowly, and I will understand you.
Okay. Don't worry, our English is not very, very good.
I was just going to say my English is bad too, so don't worry about it.
Okay.
This is Fanboy Will with me.
Hi, how you doing, buddy?
Hi.
And I'm
Meet
Chris.
ya.
Nice to meet you.
And my name's Chris.
Okay.
All right. And this is Dave Sarrio?
Yes.
Okay. And he's made a couple fan films. A very good fan film.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Definitely.
I try to do my best.
What?
To this day, your Daredevil fan film remains one of my favorite fan films ever. Can you tell us about the making of your Daredevil fan film?
It was my first short. I produced and direct by myself with my own money. It was my first step to be as director and try to be in the film production. I do this fine film because I grew up with comic book. I grew up with American movies in general too, and one of my dream was to be is to be a director. And I thought that if that I can mix my passion about comic books and my passion to be my goal to be a director. I made this sort of trailer teaser to prove that in France we can make a good shot with good light and pictures close to a comic book style. It took me one year to earn money, shoot the short during 3 nights, and make the editing, post-production, and it takes me, more than 1 year, with a lot of help of everybody. It cost me, at this time, $4,050. It was in 35 millimeters. And after this one, I tried to make connection and to continue to do my best and to continue to be a director. I hope you understand me because.
Yep.
Oh, completely. Yeah. I mean, I really appreciate the fact that you said that. You try to bring your passion for comic books into your films.
Yes.
Because to me, a successful fan film or fan movie is exactly that. It's a passionate, adaptation of a comic book, and you definitely pulled it off with that one. The comic feel is there, and the lighting looks great, and it looks a lot like Sandy Colora's Dead End. Have you ever seen that film?
Yes. For me,
it reminds me of that. It's the same kind of a feel.
For me, it's a compliment. You say compliment?
Yes.
Because I guess it's the best fan film I ever seen. The one made by Sandy Colora.
Mm-hmm.
He's very, very, very good. And I don't understand. He should be a director in Hollywood.
It looks very professional. It really does.
Yes, it was very professional.
Yours did too. Yours looks very professional.
I tried. It was my first one. I didn't know nobody in the industry, in the cinema industry, but I was, how I can say, I was very motivated, very sure that we can succeed, less or more, to make a teaser about a Marvel character, and I chose Daredevil. It was my favorite character because of it was not too hard to make this character
right
in live action. Right. Superman is very hard.
Right.
Batman, because of the costume, the suit, it was a little bit hard for me, and I think I thought at this time that Daredevil was the best choice, but it's also because it's one of the best characters for me. So it's why I do this short.
How did the actor that played Daredevil? It looked like the mask was over his eyes. How did he play that off? Could he see?
Okay. In fact, it's a digital effect because if not, he couldn't see. A guy who worked in post-production, special effects post-production, made a digital effect on his eyes, and
good.
Because in direct live I have no money, and I couldn't have the right glasses on his eyes. I mean, red glasses. It really doesn't work. I decided to do this special effect in post production. It's why if you really look frame by frame, you can see that it's a special effect made frame by frame.
Yeah, it didn't show. I'll have to go back and watch it now.
Yeah, it didn't show for me either. I was going to say it's a great effect because I really didn't even notice it.
Okay, so
that's a good thing.
The guys who made this was good, so it's why the special effect is good enough. But in general, I can say to you that my best mistake it's because of money. It's the suit of Daredevil and the suit of Kingpin. But as I say, it was my first experience. I did not have lot of money, so I tried to do my best with this suit, with this costume. It's why I'm disappointed by the Kingpin. It's too much cartoon, but it's hard. It was hard to find a big guy like this to make costume with no money, and but it was a very good experience. A good experience, and I was the first in France to do this, so I'm proud enough to this short.
And you're the first in this country to make a Daredevil fan film as well. We didn't have any here either, so.
Maybe in your country too. I mean, it was made before Batman Dead Hand by Sandy Colora, and or maybe it exists few short fan film made before, but I'm sure that it exists short fan film, but with this quality like the Batman Dead Hand, I'm not sure. Oh yes, see, maybe did you see a short film about based on Silver Surfer character?
There was one in the early 90s that I saw where they tried out the CGI. Are you talking about that one or a more recent one?
Oh, the one I talk about, he was made in now 8 years ago, something like that. I think it was in the same time that's mine, in 2001.
Okay.
If my memory is good, and it was not bad. He is on e-film again, maybe high film websites about short film. Yes, it's a high film, and it was the first short film, very good enough for a fan film, close to, yes, you can say professional. I think.
Is it the one with the kids are looking up in the air?
I was just going to say he comes down to the street. The kid.
Yes, with a kid in the street, and if my memory is good, and with a Terminator, he has a puppet of Terminator, and the Silver Surfer takes the puppet and metamorphoses the puppet in Silver Surfer. I think you talk about this one.
Yeah, I think that's the same one.
Yes, it was good enough. No,
I thought it looked good. I mean, I thought the special effects were very well done.
Yes,
especially for an amateur, that was really impressive.
Exactly. It's what I saw.
Just out of curiosity, being that you're in France, have you ever read the Moebius graphic novel with Galactus and Silver Surfer?
If I read Moebius, you talk about Moebius?
Yes. I don't know if I ever pronounce his name right. I always screw up his name.
Yes, Moebius. Yes. I have the comic book. And,
it's a beautiful job you did on that one.
Yes, I understand recently that Moebius is very well known in the United States.
He's very popular over here.
Yes,
I'm a fan of his. Yeah.
I didn't know, and this one was good. The Evan Tarantino talk about this comic books in a film with Denzel Washington and Gene Hackman. It was
he actually talks about Silver Surfer?
Yes, in Crimson Tide.
Crimson. That's right. And then also in, I believe it's, you ever see the movie Breathless with Richard Gere? It's called Breathless. It was from the early 80s with Richard Gere.
With Richard Gere?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
His favorite comic book is The Silver Surfer. You see him reading it. He's waiting for people to come, meet him. And you see him reading a Silver Surfer comic book 3 or 4 different times in the movie. There's a random tidbit there.
I don't think I saw this movie.
It's kind of an obscure reference, I know, but I just have to bring up my geeky knowledge, like I always do.
Which film? Could you repeat me the title?
Sure. It's Breathless. You run out of air. You're breathless.
Breathless, yes.
Yes, and that's with Richard Gere, and I think it's from about 1983 or 2.
I'm gonna find on the web. But
check it out. You might be able to find it.
With Charger. Okay.
Hey, Chris, you got anything?
I do remember that one. Well, he also did Dave did a Punisher teaser as a contest to get into Lionsgate's opportunity to direct the next Punisher film. Dave, you want to talk about your Punisher teaser trailer?
Yes, it was a kind of contest. I mean, my representative, I asked to my representative if he can show my demo reel to Lionsgate, because at this time it's Punisher 2 should be a direct to video, so it should be a low budget. And for guys who come from France, could have been a good opportunity. So I give my demo reel. Lionsgate could have the potential to direct this kind of sequel, and it's why they sent me the script. I read it. I made a conference call with Lionsgate with John Stushy, executive producer, and his staff. And as I was a French in a far country from United States, to have a best chance to win the contest, I made this teaser. I was motivated to win the contest, even if I knew that I had little chance to earn the contest. And in the same time, for me, it was an opportunity to make in live action one of my favorite characters.
Old dreams haunt me. A home, a loving wife, children. That dream is dead. Frank Castle is dead. There's no turning back. I've entered the circle of blood. It's where I belong. I'm at war. I'm not fooling myself. I know it's a war I'll never win. One bastard dies, another takes his place. Nothing changes. The day will come when I'll be too slow. In the end, they'll keep going on, and nothing will have changed. But before that, I just have to punish.
I'm a director. I need to shoot, so it's why I do this. I do this short produced by myself. I earn money fast, and I made it really fast, really fast, with a lot of help. My cinematographer, my crew, comedian, and I send it to Lionsgate. They really love this short, but as they told me, they need a director with more experience under his belt. I don't know if it's the right sentence. With more experience.
Yeah.
That means with at least one feature film.
Right.
It's why they talk Alexia Alexander. It was a good experience for me to make this Marvel character live. So I was okay. I was not too disappointed, because even if sometimes you say yes, why not me? Why not me? It can happen.
I know how that goes.
I know it's hard. It's hard to get this kind of job. So I have to do this teaser. Just have to do this. So I did it.
And it came out great.
It looks very, very good.
Yes. So thank you. My first goal was to try to who is for me the Punisher. Talk about what he has inside, not just make a teaser with action.
Right.
Talk about the character. So with voiceover, some shoots, I try to tell what is my vision of this character.
What did you think of the Hollywood rendition, the first one?
With Dolph Green or with Tom?
Actually, I'd like to hear your opinions on both. Actually.
Okay. With when I was a kid, I saw the one made with Dolph Green.
Yep, Dolph.
Yeah, Dolph. In my mind, it was not. It was good enough, but in fact, I saw it 7 months ago, and it's not very good.
Yeah, but when it first came out, being a fan of Daredevil, I was like, wow, Daredevil finally. I'm not Daredevil, Punisher, I'm sorry. And only problem being that you didn't see the skull anywhere, so I was disappointed with that.
Well, it was on top of his knife.
I like the vision of the character.
Exactly. It was very dark. It was very, very dark, and
it's very psychotic guy. So
yeah, you look at him and he looks like hell. He looks like he's been through hell. He looks terrible, but that was one of my favorite parts of the movie. Just the way he looked. He looked so ruined and upset.
Yes.
And that's what keeps Frank Castle going, is just his thirst for revenge on all criminals because of what happened because of that tragic events that happened to his family, obviously. So I think he brought that to the table very well. But overall, it was a pretty crappy movie.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it wasn't a great movie.
It's a crappy movie, but the vision of the character was good. Was good. The intention was good. The idea was good. It's a kind of boogeyman, of the bad guys. It's like Lionsgate for me. Punisher, it's a kind of boogeyman for the bad guys. But a boogeyman, it's a kind of freak. It's a psychotic guy. It's not a superhero. And to talk about the last one with Tom Hardy, to be honest, for me, it's a good enough action movies, but it's not a Punisher movies. So I saw basic action movies, but I didn't see a movies based on Punisher Marvel character. It's for me, it's not a Punisher movie. It's not. They could have call these pictures vigilant or what they want, but Punisher, not to my opinion. Thomas Jane, it was good. It was good. It was good, but dialogue, the way to shoot and was not for me good enough.
Like I'll always say about that movie, he did a good portrayal of the Punisher, but if he was in a better movie with a better script and better director, it could have been a lot better, that movie.
Yes, exactly.
It really could have been. It needed a lot of work, but Thomas Jane was very good, in my opinion. I don't know if Chris is.
No, I agree with you. I like the actor.
Best thing in this film. The best thing in this film.
He carried the movie like we said the last podcast there.
And I hope that Wes Stevenson will be great. I think he can make a very good Punisher, Wes Stevenson. I really like him in the TV show Rome, and I saw the first pictures. Oh, okay, why not? I'm waiting to see in action in the movies with the script and in the whole movies. But I think it's a good choice to guys like Ray Stevenson, to my opinion.
You're talking about the new Punisher.
Yes.
The one that's coming out.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a new. And when I made my teaser Punisher, I try to find a comedian who look like to Thomas Jane, because at this time I thought that it will be Thomas Jane who will be the Punisher in the sequel, and because in fact if it was really just and not for Lionsgate but just for me, only for me, I think I will try to find a guy with more scare in his face, more big, and is less how I can say
pretty.
Come on.
Average.
Yes, average. Or it's a you don't say beautiful guy.
Pretty.
Pretty guy, yes, it's a pretty guy. This guy, it's a pretty guy. It's a comedian who work in France, and it's it's a pretty guy. I try to make some scare on his face,
right,
and work with him about his eyes to be like a psychotic guy. But the real Punisher should be more scary, more scary.
So the thing with the Punisher, he's stuck on dark and brooding all day long, where, Batman, Bruce Wayne, he's the millionaire playboy by day, and he's all handsome and dashing, and then at night, he goes out and he scares the living crap out of criminals,
yes.
And he hates them and he wants them exterminated and is done because what happened to his family, and it's kind of a similar story in a way, but he goes about things a little differently. Punisher's on revenge mode 24 hours a day.
Yes.
So you've got to be a bit of a psychopath and look like a psycho, really crazy to really be like a really believable adaptation of the character,
Exactly. It's a vigilant guy, but vigilant in the psychotic way. For me, close to Stevie Smith. I don't know if I pronounce very well, but maybe the Stevie Smith. The guys in the mythology who push a big rock. He push on the mountain. But
Samson.
What did you say?
Yeah, not Samson. Let me think. Who would that be, Chris?
I don't know. I have to Google.
He's going to look up and cheat on the computer.
It's a
Atlas.
Sisyph Smith. Sisyph Smith. It's whole. It's like how I can say. It's in the Greek mythology, and that means that you always do the same thing. You are in the kind of circle. It's why I talk about circle of blood. You can escape from this, and and Punisher can escape of his vengeance. It's a kind of prisoner of this mission to kill all the bad guys. But you can't kill all the bad guys. It's not you have to kill.
Yeah, realistically, you're not going to get all of them. But
yes,
he's going to take as many of them out as he can before he dies. He tries his best.
It's I'm not sure if you said it or not. It's Sisyphus.
Sisyphus. Yes, Sisyphus. All we do the same. And to be prisoner of his act, of his mission. And it's something crazy. He do it always at the same time, and but he can escape. But he can escape. But
it's a never-ending battle.
Yes, never-ending battle. Exactly.
War against crime.
Yes, exactly.
Very popular in the comic books. The old war against crime.
Yes.
That's the whole reason superheroes came into existence, to fight the crime, and fight. When they first came out, it was all about fighting the Nazis and all that stuff in the 40s. And then it turned into like the gangsters and all that stuff.
Yes.
And then it just went to your costumed kooky criminals, and that kind of stuff. But that's what's great about the Punisher is like in the comic books, he just fights regular people. He doesn't fight super powered people like firing rays at him, like ray guns and like eye beams and fire and all this stuff getting shot at him. He's just going up against drug dealers and pimps and people that are just basically scum that are a criminal element.
Exactly.
The lowest you can go. That's why I think he's very, very popular, because a lot of us can kind of identify with him, because we've all had those parts in our life where we're just like, everybody should pay, and you just feel
Every day I drive to work.
Yeah, exactly. You're at your job all day, and the boss is yelling at you and being a jerk, and you're like, oh, if only I could get revenge, So I'm sure we can all relate to it.
Yes, exactly. And at the same time, it's a psychotic guy, because if you do this, you have to kill everybody, and the line between good and evil is very. You don't find the line, and
it is very. Like, these days, the line between good and evil, obviously, is very, very thin.
It's why I like. For me, it can be a superhero, a guy like Punisher. I can approve his act, but I can talk about what is the vengeance, what is the vendetta, what is the violence, and it's a kind of circle, and you can escape if you try to avenge the guy's venge, and like the vendetta, and it's something never ending.
Right.
So it's why it's very. For me it's something that I like to talk about, and too bad I can talk about this one through Punisher character, but maybe in another film. But I hope they will talk about this in the Punisher sequel, the Punisher 2, and it will not be a treat like just a superhero, because it's not a superhero. In fact, in the comic books, guys like Captain America, Spider-Man, and all these guys doesn't like this Punisher, because
they don't approve of his ways, because he actually kills people. Yes. And Superman and guys like that from the olden days in Captain America, they were there to take him out, but not to end their lives.
Exactly.
Punisher just says, "You don't deserve to live," blam, and he shoots you in the head. It's like, it's so brutal. And it's not like Captain America, where I'll give you a punch to the jaw and you get knocked out, and then you wake up in jail. It's not like that. It's like, hey, I'm the Punisher. I'm the last thing you're going to see. It pretty much is what it is.
Exactly.
So, Chris, did you want to talk about Project Gamma?
Yep, that's another fan film that Dave did. But I don't want to talk about it. I want Dave to talk about it.
He could be talking to himself right now, but...
Okay. So it was my second short film, and in fact, it's a French guy, who saw my Daredevil teaser on the web, and he found me, and he asked me if I would work with him to make another teaser about a Marvel character. I meet him. we talk about different characters like Iron Man, Fantastic Four, Thor, the mighty Thor, and Hulk. And I say to him that I was very close to the theme. You say theme? You understand when I say theme?
Theme?
Maybe theme developed by Hulk. Behind Hulk, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, who is the monster, the human or the monster. We call this theme in French. Theme, concept. I'm going to use this word, concept. And I was very interested to talk about who is a guy like Bruce Banner, and talk about the monster we have inside, and if his monster it's bad or good, or just a guy who want to be alone. So it's why I told him I will prefer to work on a teaser about Hulk. I met a producer at the same time, and I bring to him this project. I read a script with my partner, and a script close to a one shot. For me, I call this script a one shot, like in comic books.
Yeah, you do just a one story.
Yes, it's a one story. Or you don't know the beginning because all the audience who read comic books. You
don't have to have read the first six issues to understand it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I made a generic with who explain who is Banner. A short story about the plot that Banner is prisoner and he don't know and he's gonna escape. And at the end, I freeze the pictures. It's like I say, now go to the comic books and read this adventure. Read this adventure. Oh, maybe if I have money, I will do the sequel, but it doesn't happen.
Yeah, it's hard to come by the money to do things like that. It's very, you need a really big budget to try and pull off, the big guns like Thor and the Fantastic Four, and people have all these powers, or Ghost Rider, he has that flaming skull.
Yes.
It's a lot of money to do things like that. It's hard to to try and pull that money together. It's very hard. Okay.
I made Hulk, my teaser, Project Gamma, with less money than Sandy Collara for his short Batman Dead Hand. And it was in dollar, I think it was for now maybe $26,000, something like that.
Wow.
It was for France. It's not expensive for a short film, but it was not enough for this kind of film because out of special effects and big crew. But okay, I have to do. I should do this. So I did it. And my vision it was to concentrate my special effects on his transformation at the end, and try to make something to. When I was a kid, maybe you remember movies like Werewolf in London. The howling.
Yeah, really good transformation scenes.
Yes, with the howling. For me, in my mind, I remember this kind of transformation, and it was very, it was very creepy. I think I can say creepy.
Oh, it definitely. Well, he scared me. I remember, especially American Werewolf in London when he turns into that werewolf. To this day, it's still incredible. That scene it's pretty timeless. I'd say.
I should see it. I should see it again, but I don't remember. But I was. I remember that it was very creepy and it was very painful. Very painful.
Yeah.
To my opinion, when when Dr. Banner became a Hulk, he has to suffer. He has to suffer. And in the Ang Lee movies, it was not really like this. And
yeah.
So I tried to have this vision with no much money, and but I try to have this vision to make suffer my banner. How I can say it's creepy. It's painful.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're turning from this small, skinny guy into this big giant, obviously your body has to change, and change very, very quickly. The bones and the muscles have to change, and that would be very, very painful, all within a matter of minutes to get that big suddenly. It would be really agonizing pain, probably.
Exactly. In fact, if one day I made a Hulk with big budget in Hollywood, maybe this sequence, the transformation sequence, will be rated, because for me you have to hurt, bones crack, and the flesh very extend, and you have to, like it was horror movies. For me it's like close to horror movies. Maybe this good painter called not Del Toro.
I think I know who you're talking about. He's the guy who does the really, really great Marvel covers.
Yes.
Olivia? Is that the guy?
Yes, Lotto. Yes.
Yeah, his stuff is incredible.
Yes, exactly. And his stuff inspired me to think about my transformation sequence, and because I remember one of this cover when you see half Banner, half Hulk, and the guy's Banner seemed very suffer. And I say, yes, finally I see a good transformation if Banner became Hulk. So he inspired me a lot. This guy inspired me a lot. So and what can I say about Project Gamma 2? It was 6 days of shooting. So very short and long days, 6 long days of shooting, and it takes 8 months, around 8 or 10 months to finish the short, because of the post-production, because I have to wait that people who work with me, I have to adapt my planning to their planning, because they help me to make the music, sound editing, special effects. And finish Project Gamma was really just maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks before Angli Hulk.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, it's huge. So it was my vision, and I didn't know I didn't know nothing about his vision. So it was for me when I saw Hulk direct by Ang Lee, it was for me he didn't inspire me for my vision. My vision, it was close to a two-man show, or Matrix.
Matrix, right?
Hulk. It's for me. It could be a big feature film. Del Toro. Del Toro sent me a mail. Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, he's actually going to be at a comic book convention at Alma 10 this weekend. The guy who directed Hellboy, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
What's he going to do?
He's going to be appearing at a comic book convention I'm going to this weekend.
Okay.
He's going to be signing autographs and stuff like that.
A convention. Okay.
Yeah.
This guy sent me a mail. And
really?
Yes. He told me that he saw Daredevil and he saw Project Gamma, because I sent him my DVD, and he said it's very good. It should be a concept for a feature film.
And,
I think too, and as I said to him, I will in the feature film I will include super soldier serum and like a big fight between Abomination and Hulk, but now it's gonna happen with Hulk Reborn or Hulk Begin. I don't know how we can say.
I would love to see the Abomination. He would be really cool. As a kid, he was always one of my favorite villains in the comics.
Yes. So I hope this one will be very, very, very good. And so yes, it was a mix between two-man show, paranoiac film, like paranoiac film. But it's too bad for me because I didn't have enough time and money to shoot more on this virtual universe. To understand step by step that is controlled by military, but I have to be fast because of money. But I try to do my best. And one more time after Daredevil, I made something very close to me. Comic books, and for me it's a more than opportunity. It's a good chance, very good chance to make 2 movies and 2 shorts, and now 3 shorts based on Marvel character. Because before I made my first short, I wondered, yes, I really want to be a director, but in France, you have to make comedy, or or movies, that they say it's intellectual, but in fact it's not intellectual. It's just boring. So
kind of artsy, very, very out there and strange, and really no meaning to it. It's kind of like weird.
Yes, but not very interesting. In fact.
Yeah, kind of boring.
Yeah, it's boring. Yes, boring. Because I like independent film, like they made in America or in England. I really like independent film, but boring film like they made in France in general, it's well. So
one of my favorite films is actually from France. Amélie
Poulain.
Yeah, Amélie.
It's Audrey Tautou.
That's one of my favorites. I love that movie.
Yes, I understand because it's in France it was a big successful, but it's a vision of Paris because it doesn't exist. This vision doesn't exist in France.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I mean, I've always wanted to go there, so. Being a naive American, you're like, oh, it's probably just like in the movies, You go to the Eiffel Tower, and everybody's in love, and all these silly things, that you expect.
But I understand that foreigner and American like this vision because it's a phantasmagoric vision. And I like Jean-Pierre Jeunet because he has a vision, but in general in France, it's boring, bad light, bad shots, and so. Before to make my first short film, Daredevil, for me, even made a trailer. It was a dream. It was impossible for me. I say. Right. And when I decide to try to be a director, I say, okay, fuck them, and I try what I want to do. I want to make this kind of film. Even if you say I'm silly, because in France they say, why you done this? It's this kind of movies. It's for American market. It's made by American industry. That in France we can do this. You will not succeed to do this. I say, okay, maybe, but I have to try because it's deeper deep in me, and I can help to do this. I do this with mistake, but I do this, and in fact they say, yes, maybe it's possible in France. But I have a superhero project who take place in Europe, in France, and some part in America. But in France they say, no, we can do producer. Big producer say, no, your project is very good, but we can do this in France. It's for American industry. We can do this in France.
So they're saying, in France they wouldn't be as accepting as we would be here for like a superhero film.
Yes, they say we can do this, and I say no, you can, but me, I can. I know I can because it's.
Yeah, you get a lot of credit. Anybody who tries to stick with their guns and stick with their vision gets respect because you're going to get a lot of people saying you can't do this and you can't do that. You know what? Go and listen to them. Just try it.
Yes, but it's hard. It's very something.
Yeah, it is very hard
to work. In America it's hard too because first I have to make a film in France, and I'm between. One of my foot is in America, one of my foot is in France, and it's hard because my culture are mixed between France and America, and for me it's hard. It's hard to find my place, find my way. I know my way, but producers don't really like do what I want. So it's hard. Right. But this is okay. It's like this. So I will challenge. Sorry, I don't find the right sentence, but I think you understand. So about Project Gamma, it's what can I say?
Well, I liked that General Ross, the character that played General Ross, was very much the part. I think you really got actors that played the part as far as Bruce Banner, and again, like I said, General Ross. I thought that was very interesting that Bruce Banner was kind of, the story took place subconsciously, and then there was little clues along the way where he realized that he wasn't in reality, he was actually in his own mind.
Yes.
I thought that was interesting, very psychological, I guess.
I try. I'm not happy about what I find about Clue because I will not have no money. So, I would prefer to do big sequence with not just with his computer, with his lock and reboot. When I saw Project Gamma now, I just say, oh no, that's terrible.
No, it was.
I improved myself, so now. But about the Clue, it was a challenge to find Clue to remind Banner who is he with no money. So it's why we use a computer, we use electricity, and we use what we use again. I don't remember. So small stuff. It's okay for a short film. It's okay.
You put the plot points in you wanted. I mean, it made sense. It didn't really matter high tech or anything.
Okay.
It told the story, and it doesn't necessarily have to be, big special effects to do that.
The meaning of makes sense. It's why it's why you can make the difference. Even in the. I can say my representative and in America, they really like Project Gamma because they say, okay, it's not perfect, but who's care? It makes sense, and you try to do your best.
Right.
It's a small story, but it works. Very good script, and you could be better. It's not the same spirit in France, so it's very important to me when people say makes sense. It's a sentence that we don't use enough in France. They talk about realism. So,
right.
Fiction film is not realism. It's not a documentary. So, but it's another discussion. But thank you to say that the best thing it makes sense.
Absolutely. There is one other film I'd like to get into, unless Fanboy Will, you got any further questions about the Gamer Project?
No, I'm pretty filled in now. Right. It's a very, very thorough explanation.
Now, Dave, you were involved in one other fan film, The Green Hornet, right? You had something to do with that film.
Oh wow, the Le Fréon. My French is probably really, really bad.
Right.
Le Fréon Verte, I believe it was.
Le frelon vert.
There you go. That's how you say it.
Le frelon vert.
There you go.
In fact, he is one of my friends, Aurélien. It was my first assistant. I introduced him to one of my stunt coordinators, and they decide to make a fan film about a kind of superhero. Like I did with Daredevil. He asked me to have him to shoot and to a kind of technical advisor. I mean, to be sure that for the editing he will have all he need. All the shoot he need and all the insert he need. I don't know. You say plan? Yes, you say insert.
I think it's cinematography because you're saying the picture.
Maybe.
So each shot would be, good, great. Each shot would look so good. If you use good cinematography, you said, to align the shot up and the characters with the background and all that stuff.
Okay, so
I don't know if that's what you're referring to. I was just trying to.
Yes, I think it's close to what I want to say. In fact, my goal to help him, it was to shoot with the camera, and all he need for the editing, and help him to have the good shoot, help him to grammaire cinematographic. I don't know if you say grammaire. You know that. If a guy I was a technical advisor and I was a cameraman too. Cameraman. I was the camera on my shoulder, and there was a second who was two, the cinematographer, and I worked with the cinematographer. And sometime when the cinematographer was not here because it was a low budget, Aurélien and me made the light by ourselves. So it was very mad film, a film. It was a low budget film and made with we was just 4 or 5 person. Aurélien, the director, me, a kind of second director, technical advisor, and the two characters, who play Kato and his master, and sometimes the cinematographer was here to do our best with a video camera, and after all the visual effects, it's not me. All the visual effects was made by one of my friends, and we just try to bring him the best shot possible. And after he make his matte painting and special effects and all this stuff.
Definitely some really beautiful shots in that film. The opening in particular is very cool.
Yes.
When they're getting out of the car to go chase down those bad guys at the very beginning, and that angle of them kind of from the ground up, it's very dramatic.
Okay. So
looks very good.
It was funny to do this because it was raining. The cop come and try to stop the shooting. But they was cool enough, and we say no, don't worry. We left in 1 hour, and it's for a film just for mariage, a wedding. It's for a wedding. We saw to the cop that it was a wedding film.
We're not going to rob anybody or kill anyone. We're just making a movie over here.
Yes.
We're not criminals. Trust us.
Now, Dave?
Yes, we should try to say that, and we try to do his best, and now it was a big successful on the net, and Aurélien did a good job, a very good job. It was his first, I think it was his first short film, and I helped him a lot. It's my friend. I saw him today, and I hope one day he will make his first feature film, like me.
Wasn't he?
Do you have any? Go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
I was just going to ask. He was going to make a sequel to that Green Hornet fan film, and I guess the license holders told him not to. I was wondering if Dave had any insight into that or not.
Okay, so in fact, the lawyer of license Green Hornet, if you understand me,
yeah, I do.
Send him a mail to say stop now. Now you have to stop. Don't make a sequel. You have to stop. This is our project. This is our license. You don't have the rights. We'll let you to make the first one, but not the second one. So he can do a second one. So too bad. So too bad. He can do. So maybe like me, in 10 years, he will make a big feature film in America, maybe. But for now, it's forbidden to him to make a short film about the Green Hornet.
Well, that's crap.
Yes, but because they want to do their home because they prepare to make a feature film with Steven Shaw, I think, or I don't remember who's going to play and going to direct this feature film. So they don't want to make confuse between this one and the Hollywood project.
Yeah, that's because your friends looks better than what Hollywood is going to do.
They're jealous.
But they don't have to be jealous. They just call us and we come.
Exactly.
And we will work with them. With them. It's not a problem. But okay.
We'll do our film, and you could do your crappy film later. You could go mess it up like Hollywood always does. Go ahead.
Not always, but most of the time.
Watch it, please.
Sometimes they do good job. Me, I like Spider-Man.
That was a great one, yeah.
Yes, the first one and the second one. The third one is good, but not as...
Yeah, not as good.
Yes. Batman Begins, very good.
Fantastic, yeah.
Yes, I'm very excited to see the second one.
Yeah, it looks, Heath Ledger looks very creepy.
Yes.
Looks like a good Joker, like a real-world type of Joker, you know?
Yes, exactly. So I'm very excited to see the second one, and I'm very exciting if Justice League made by George Miller will be made. Justice League. DC Comics.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one to get all those superheroes together.
Yes.
You know, and try and make a movie with all those characters with their various powers, and
exactly.
You know, it's the costumes and all that stuff. So hopefully they get it right if they do it.
I like, but you know, I'm very confident because I really like George Miller, the director. George Miller. Mad Max, Happy Feet. Very, very good film. So I think these guys understand mythology.
Right.
So
right.
He can succeed. Yeah.
They have the respect for the comic mythology, which is crucial. You know, to have an outstanding film based on a comic book. You really have to be true to your sources and your material. You know, you got to do your homework.
Yes, exactly. Your homework, and more than your homework, you have to have to work about the big story of the maybe Joseph Joseph Campbell, the guys who inspired George Lucas. We talk about the myth and he's very well known. Joseph Campbell, the man. He wrote a book called The Man with Thousand Faces. A book we explain why the same story is under Mad Max, under Braveheart, under Star Wars, under Excalibur, under Conan, under a lot of films like this, and it comes from mythology, like Jesus Christ come from mythology,
Right.
You die and you're reborn and all this kind, like it was, and you have to know all this stuff like George Miller. No, it's why when he made the script of Happy Feet. Did you see Happy Feet?
I haven't seen it, but I heard it's very good.
Yes, for me it was one of the 5 best animation pictures of I ever seen.
Was that a Pixar film?
No, but it's as good as pictures is.
Yeah.
Yes, it's one of my 5 favorites with Incredible with the family of superheroes.
Yeah, the Incredibles.
Yes, and Monster & Co. And this one is very, very good. And it's based on this mythology. A guy who leaves his country to find the truth, and he died, he reborn, and like Jesus Christ, like Buddha, like all this mythology, and there is the same mythology in superhero story in general. So it's
kind of a familiar. It's a kind of familiar mythology. A lot of people can relate to that.
Yes, and in France we don't know enough about what is mythology. But I know that in America they really understand what is mythology, and a good mythology can make a very good film. So that's why I'm confident about George Miller. And I'm confident. I hope this film are going to be made. I hope. I will see Breathless with Richard Gere, and you will see Happy Feet.
Yeah, see if you could see those Silver Surfer references in there. I think he actually mentions his one name at one point. I think he says Norrin Rad. I think he's talking to a girl. Because the whole movie, he's like a swinging gigolo kind of a guy. He gets all the ladies.
What are you talking about?
He's kind of like one of those guys who gets all the ladies, like a ladies' man, a gigolo,
Gigolo.
Yeah, it's one of our things. It's just a man who's, he goes from girl to girl and he gets a lot of girlfriends because he's a good-looking guy, that kind of a guy.
Ah, yes. Friends. It's directed by Paul Schrader. It's directed by Paul Schrader, the man who writes Taxi Driver. I think the director is Paul Schrader, and in French we call this gigolo.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like that, yeah.
In French, the title is Gigolo. Okay, and I think it's a movie directed by Paul Schrader.
That's the guy who did Taxi Driver, huh?
Yes, we write Taxi Driver directed by Scorsese. I think it's the same guy. And yes, I think. Oh, okay, I think I saw it, but I'm not sure. But I'm gonna check.
It's an old one. I mean, it just kind of popped into my brain. I haven't seen it in a really, really long time myself. But as a kid, I remember being like, "Hey, they just talked about Silver Surfer," and my parents didn't know what the hell it was. I did. I popped up and went, "Hey, that's Silver Surfer, Norrin Rad," So I knew who it was.
I'm sure I didn't see this. I heard about this film, but I didn't see him because I will remember if he was reading the film, a comic book of the Silver Surfer. I'm sure I'm a geek, so
yeah, we're geeks too. Don't worry about it.
So I didn't see it, but now I'm gonna try to see it.
I don't know if you guys, and many of you guys know this, but I think it was another Tarantino film. It was in Reservoir Dogs. One of the points where they had a flashback, one of the bank robbers had a flashback. I think it was, what's his name again? The English guy, Eli Roth, is that his name?
Buscemi or...
No, not Buscemi, one of the other guys, Roth. The guy Roth, the English actor.
English Hervé Kettel? No.
Yeah, I forget what his name was. He was the undercover cop that got shot.
I don't remember. And
you know who that is, Chris?
Tim Roth?
Tim Roth. That's what I'm looking for.
Okay.
He's having a flashback before the bank robberies in the film.
He's Mr. Orange.
He'll get shot up, and he's talking to somebody. I think another cop in his room, and in the background you could see, I think it might be a poster of The Thing from the Fantastic Four, or it might be a Silver Surfer. I forget which, but I'm pretty sure it's one of those two. I kind of spotted it really fast, and I was like, whoa. I saw it in the background, and I knew what it was. And, I'm sitting there with a bunch of my friends who don't read comic books, and they're like, huh?
Oh, yeah.
They don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't remember, but I'm sure it should be right because Tarantino is a...
Yeah, I'm an extreme geek, so I spot all these things and I go, hey, I know what that is.
Yeah, it's strange when you are with a lot of people and you say, oh, come on, see, it's the thing, it's Iron Man, and everybody's watching you. What?
Yeah, they're like, huh? What is he doing? Oh, man, this guy's...
Okay, never mind. Okay. And you're happy with a big smile.
Oh, man.
But, yes, I remember this time.
I'm proud to be a dork. I wear my colors on my sleeve. Very proud of it.
Yes. And
very, very happy. I mean, I figure, hey, it's a great thing to be part of. It is.
Yes. Exactly. But now, it's very... Everybody now it's fun because everybody know comic books and superhero movies. So they recognize now. Yeah,
now it's a little more identifiable because of the Spider-Man doing so well and Batman doing so well. Now everybody kind of knows who's who.
Yes, no. When you talk about comic books, you're not an alien or a stupid guy for people now.
I was actually going to ask you. I know that all your fan films thus far that I've seen have been Marvel fan films. Have you had any plans to take on anybody in the DC comic book world, or?
I don't know why. Punisher. It was an opportunity. It's why I chose. It's why it's a Punisher. But Hulk, it was a proposition. I was a choice between 4 propositions, and in fact, my dream, because I really grew up with my superhero, my icon superhero, it's Superman. It's my favorite, but it's very affective. I don't know if you understand.
Superman is my favorite too, but he's very hard to pull off.
Yes.
With no budget, it's to try and get a man fly and make it look believable. It's very hard.
Exactly, but it was very, very, very. I think it's my dream. As I said to my representative, one day I will make a movies about Superman, and I have to make a movies about Superman one day. For me, it's a question of life or death.
I'm sure you'll do a better job than Bryan Singer did.
I think I like some part, but I don't like other part, and I'm sure I can find a good way to make a good movies, a very deep movies, in smart movies, and to talk about what is an icon, what is an icon, what is a good guy, how I can say, what is an icon.
Right, icon.
Movies. For me, it's a very dream. I really like, but Batman was one of a very good character, but I think that Chris Nolan made a good Batman. Okay, Batman is made for me. It's made. It deserves better action sequence, because I don't like the fight in Batman Begins, but the way they show this character is very well done. So in DC, I grew up first with DC and after with Marvel, but I think Batman and Superman are the best, of the best superhero in DC. As a geek, I like Wonder Woman, I like Green Lantern, I like Flash, but I don't think these guys have a very, how I can say, psychology.
It's some of them are kind of lame. Like the Flash, for example, he's in a lab with a bunch of chemicals, and a lightning bolt flies through the window and just happens to hit him in the chemicals, and all of a sudden he could run really, really fast.
Yes, and
kind of silly.
And yes, in this story, it's not a, Batman lost his parents. Superman too, he lost his world. It's very deep. It's
a human story. It's very, we could see that happening.
Yes, it's very deep. That's what we can talk about between through this character, Batman or Superman. But through Flash or Green Lantern, it can be a fun movie. But so if Hollywood propose to me to make a feature about this character, I say yes, no problem. But it's not important for me, this kind of character. So in DC, I think the best one was Superman and Batman. Yes, I think maybe I forgot one, but I think yes, this is the best one.
Well, if you ever get to the budget, I'd love to see a Superman movie from you.
Yes, a very big budget. So
it's going to take a lot of money.
Yes, so it should not be me before a long time. If it's me who...
You can borrow some money from a few thousand friends of yours. Hey, can I borrow some money? And you too, and you too, and you?
Yes, a lot, huh? Woo.
You're going to have to go rob a bank to make a Superman movie, I think.
Yes, a lot.
Then Superman will have to throw you in jail after making it, because you're a criminal.
Well... So yes, Batman, Superman, yes, I really, and I'm very touched by Superman. I was really a small kid when and it was my father, it was my superhero, and maybe when you become an adult, you think, I prefer maybe Wolverine, or I prefer maybe Batman, or because of the dark aspect of this character.
But it's kind of cool. It's cooler to be like this dark, brooding, ripping, violent character. It's cooler to be like that. It's not as cool to be like, they know Superman is the big Boy Scout.
Yeah.
That's kind of he gets stuck with that.
But
he's not Batman. Batman's got that edge to him, that dark, broody edge to him, violent.
The girls don't like the good boys.
Exactly, but I think we can in the script we can find a way to show a dark aspect of the Superman. I think you have to think about better show. Or you can find you can also talk about the guys with really straight, and it's good too. But to be straight in the world that is not straight, in a world with there is no black and white, but lot of gray. Yes, a lot of gray. How guys like this can manage with this gray? You can say you're good or you're bad. No, it's more complicated. That's why it could be very interesting to make a movie about Superman, and with very good fights. It's with a lot of special effects for sure. But
the one that you could focus on, I think Bryan Singer, even though I really didn't like the film too much in Superman Returns, but I think he kind of captured his feelings of being alone on this planet and nobody else really understanding him because he's an alien. He isn't one of us. Even though he loves people from here and his parents that raised him and Lois Lane and all these other people, he knows that in the end he isn't one of us. And he came from a world where, it was kind of similar to human civilization, but, he's not from here. So, there's a lot of people that can kind of relate to that feeling, people that are not necessarily from out of this country, but people that are, either disabled or anything like that, you're kind of, out of the familiar loop. You're kind of an outcast in a way, which you shouldn't be. It's not right, but and a lot of people can identify this not feeling that they belong or they're wanted or stuff like that. So I think if they delve more into those roots of him being so alone in this world, it makes him almost human, because this guy can jump in front of a machine gun and not get killed, but at the same time he gets his feelings hurt. So it's like he is kind of human after all. So it's kind of like an interesting.
Yes, but you're right. For me, the best part of the movie is because it captures the essence of the character. I think.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad thing, but it captures the essence. I like the sequence when he observe, he watch. Lois.
Yeah, when he's just floating in the sky with his arms crossed there.
Yes, and when he watch also Lois Lane in his house with his husband, and we see he's sad, and when he threw in the space the big kryptonite, like the rest of this planet, and he like he's abandoned the rest of who he is, and it's very, it's a little bit emotional. It's the good part, but some parts are not really good, but maybe the second one should be better. I hope.
Yeah, I remember reading something the other day, and it said that Bryan Singer said, I've got a lot of complaints from fans saying there wasn't enough action. It was really just a big time love story. And Bryan Singer said that's what he intended to do. I never knew this. I thought he was just setting out to make a good typical Superman film, which would be good and modern and all that stuff. But according to him, he had a kind of agenda where he wanted to go about it like touching upon his roots again, and the love story with him and Lois Lane again, and all that stuff. So that's why fans kind of really didn't cling to that one as much as the Christopher Reeve versions. But I heard for the next one, it's just going to be a lot of fighting. It's going to be like nothing but like nonstop chaos going on in Metropolis, and things blowing up and people screaming, and maybe Brainiac, I heard. Hopefully it'll be Brainiac. I think that would be great if it was a robotic version of Brainiac. I think that would make a really cool sequel.
I think yes. I hope he will find the good mix between psychological aspect and action aspect.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can't just have the mindless action. Otherwise it's just kind of silly. It's just like one big battle scene, and life's not like that and stuff. So I mean, life's not like a guy flying around in the sky either. But it's
Yes.
you definitely have to have a good mix of both to have a good film,
Yes, it's why.
especially a good comic book film.
So wait and see. Wait and
Definitely.
see. I hope. And that's okay. That's it's what I think about DC character. I have to practice my English. Sorry for you.
That's all right. We should practice our French.
I will be happy to call you back. If you send me your number, I can call in America for free. So for me it's not a problem. And we call. Yes, if you need more information for you in interview, it's not a problem. And just talk about what we like, comic books, comic books and film. So it's not a problem. I can call you back. Send me your number, your phone number, and if you need to ask me more questions, it's not a problem. It's not a problem for me.
We'd love to have you back on again, and thank you so much for appearing on today's show.
No. Thank you so much for you to support guys like me, to try to do your best. I say my wife, thanks to you to take your time to try to understand me. So,
hey, you spoke really good English, I would say.
But I have to practice. I should stay in America maybe 6 or 1 year, and it will be better.
We'll leave you stranded here for a couple of years, and maybe you can...
What did you say?
We'll leave you stranded in America for about 5 years.
All you have to do is make fan films here in America, but we'll be kidnapping you. We'll give you a camera and some actors.
That's all you're going to get, the camera and some actors.
And maybe some food and some beer.
Once in a while.
Food? What does it mean, Cameron film? What does it mean? You say Cameron film?
We're going to kidnap you.
Yes?
And all you get is a camera, actors, food, and beer.
Okay. Okay. For me, it's a good program.
Sounds good, right?
It's just a camera, it's enough for me, and comedian. Coca-Cola, too. Coca. I like Coca.
Oh, cookouts, too.
Coca. We really like Coca in France. So Pepsi or Coca is the same thing for us. So I was nice to talk to you, and it was a great pleasure. And don't hesitate to call me back, and yes, and let me your phone number, and we can exchange email and maybe and more. Okay.
All right.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Take care now.
Bonjour.